Hola y bienvenido de nuevo a Ace in the Hole Podcast. Conmigo, como siempre, estamos Cliff, Eli y yo, el más grande y tu campeón para siempre, Austin. Welcome to the Ace Hole Podcast. With me, as always, Cliff, Eli, and myself, your greatest, the forever champion, Austin. Rough translation of what I just said, but you know, it's like the one thing we aren't covering this week is Lucha. We're covering WWE. We're covering AEW. We're covering across the sea in Japan. We're covering GCW. We're covering all possibilities here in North America. Well, the U.S., I guess. I guess Mexico's part of North America, isn't it?
Yeah,
We're covering pretty much everything except Lucha. So why not throw in a little Spanish for maybe the Spaniards that might be listening, for any of the Mexicans that might be listening, any Spanish speaking person that might be listening. I'm sure Cliff would probably take some jab about Lucha Underground here or something or one another, but this is going to be a fairly old-fashioned episode for us. We did it a couple weeks ago because there was a lot happening. And we're doing it this week because, once again, a lot happened. Our main man, CM Punk, Punky Brewster, is back. And tonight was his first...
Phil, thank you very much.
Yeah, Pepsi Phil, CM Junk, whatever the hell those signs said, whatever he said. He came back on pretty much his show now, Collision. We're going to go in depth with that. We're going to take a nice talk about that. Everything happened in AEW as well as the Bloodline. Civil War happening at Money in the Bank. We're going to cover all of that. Money in the Bank, all the stuff with the Bloodline, maybe some possible new signings for WWE, as well as we talked a couple weeks ago about the G1 Climax. And we finally have the blocks for the G1 Climax, which tells us quite a bit about how the G1 Climax is probably going to go. So we're going to talk about that, as well as our Ace in the Hole Contenders Cup Challenge. The card this week is the GCW card up there in Chicago. GCW Ride or Die. It's actually a pretty massive card. You've got a lot of very recognizable names on there. A lot of names we talk about quite a bit on this podcast, as well as we got the guest wrestler in today in pro wrestling history. And, yeah, that's pretty much the rundown of the show today. Eli finally got his figures in. That's been a running thing since like the beginning of this podcast. Eli finally got his figures in from some little shitty little company. I don't know who it was, but
never ordering them again.
And you know, I'm back from my trip on my little excursion with the title. It was a nice time down there in Holiday World. Nice time down there in Santa Claus, Indiana. Great place. Went and visited the locals at St. Benedict's Brewing Company or Santa Claus Brewing Company. Nice little place, nice little establishment. It's got the Forever Champ stamp of approval on it. Little cozy place to go get a little brewski, get a little drink. Yeah, see, Tonto, see.
Mankin.
It was a good time. Met a lot of fans. You know, shaking hands, kissing babies. Telling people how to better themselves because they want to take after me, the forever champ, the best champ there is, the best champ there was, the best champ there ever will be.
Can confirm, though, I was there. He did get a lot of attention from a lot of people.
Maybe not the attention.
Were they street corner people or people?
Attention nonetheless.
Because the lady of the night, as long as you pay enough, they will pay attention to you.
Eli, how do you know about that?
Look. Moving on. You want to know? You want to know something from this that will probably shock everybody? The Stan Hansen figure is not my favorite.
Let's go ahead and let's give Eli the floor so that way he can talk about his figures.
Yeah, Eli, you take the floor, buddy. I'm feeling awful generous this week.
Is not my favorite figure, actually. As much as that pains me to say, it's this Magnum TA1 It's the only one that actually looks like the wrestler it's supposed to be, and it pisses me off. But it's like the actual only one that is able to be actually posed correctly without the stuff falling off of it and everything. And I hate it so much. But I'm still waiting on one. I still have to wait for Von Erich to come, which is fucking ridiculous at this point. And they're going to make another set of wrestlers. And then re-releasing like 3 of the ones that came in this set. The set I had to wait almost a year to get. Paid $400, got $200 back. They're re-releasing 3 of them. Fuck you, Powertown. Just straight up. Just nicest way possible. You and Riverside.
Well,
kiss my ass.
Well, I also want to give out a quick fuck you to a certain sports organization. Fuck you, Florida Panthers. It's Golden Knights all the way, baby. Fuck you, T'Chuk. 3 game misconducts in the first 2 fucking games. 2 in 1 game. You don't fucking deserve to be out there. Golden Knights all the fucking way, baby. All the way. Best NHL team in fucking this world, bro. I don't know. I was going to go somewhere else with that, and I stopped myself.
Can we give a good big shout out? I don't know. Did the finals end this week? I want to say they did. The NBA finals.
It was like Tuesday. Wednesday. Yeah.
Freaking Nuggets. Not the team I would have thought would have won it. But they did.
I was glad Jokic finally got his title.
Yeah.
Can we talk about how Jokic, all he wanted to do was go home, and then once he got in the parade and started getting some brewskis in him, he liked the parade a lot more?
he could not give 2 shits about winning the championship. He shows up, he plays basketball, and he wants to go home and ride horses. That's all he wants to do. He doesn't give a shit about championships, titles, fucking awards. No, he doesn't care about any of it. He just wants to play basketball, get paid, and go ride horses. Which, honestly, I respect it.
He's ready to be done.
Noble life to live.
Almost like fucking Brock Lesnar, you know, gets his Canadian fucking citizenship and then opens up a fucking grain farm in Canada.
I didn't know he had 2 kids.
Yeah, apparently he's got 2 little Lesnars running around.
He has a daughter, a son, and then 2 little kids, if I remember correctly. He has 4, I'm pretty sure.
He said in the Pat McAfee interview, because the clips are starting to make the rounds again, because I've been seeing him a lot. He said that he's got 2 boys.
No, I know he has a daughter, because I'm pretty sure she did wrestling. She looks like
me with a dad like that.
It is terrifying.
Imagine
She's a female
Brock Lesnar's daughter.
She looks like Brock Lesnar.
Could you imagine that, though? Imagine, like, you know, because obviously, is Brock Lesnar his real name, or is that just his...
No, that's his real name.
Okay, I didn't know. But could you just imagine, though, like, just, you know, yeah, now it's time for you to meet the family, you know, just don't let my dad intimidate you. And you're like,
you walk in, and it's fucking Brock Lesnar.
Fucking Brock Lesnar.
The Beast incarnate. The 1 and 21-1.
About to fuck, he's out in there. He's not cleaning off his shotgun. No, he's cleaning off his tractor. You know, the one he used to flip the ring in Saudi Arabia.
It's on the chat group.
You'd walk in. No, you'd walk in, and he'd be in there doing the fucking...
doing the fucking bounce.
Yeah, he would be. I know damn well he would be, bro. And I'd fucking shit myself.
Her name is Maya Lynn Lesnar. MYALY.
She looks exactly like That's wild.
Did you send it?
Brock, I'm not making fun of your daughter
it's in our group chat.
I haven't laughed at her. Do not come after me.
Hey, I wasn't laughing at her. I was laughing that they look alike, bro. I love Brock Lesnar. I wish if there was one... I said this years ago. Years and years ago, back when Lesnar was making the rounds in UFC, beating fucking everyone, until he got diverticulitis. And, like, as he was making his return back, I said if there was one dude like I could meet in the entire world, it was Brock Lesnar. I did a presentation about Brock Lesnar in middle school. I love Brock Lesnar. I've always thought super highly of Brock Lesnar. I'm a big Brock Lesnar fan. In and out of WWE.
Cool. He's still married to Sable. I didn't know he was still married to her.
She's the mother of all 4 children, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
He may not have an older son.
That would be how that works.
Incorrect, but I know that he had the daughter.
You know what I kind of want to see now? I just kind of want to see what in the holy hell Brock Lesnar's parents look like.
I'm sure you could find him somewhere.
Just knowing what Brock Lesnar, he's Brock Lesnar. I love that man. He's amazing. I just kind of wonder what his parents were like.
Found him.
Or we should start saying his name like the dude said his name when he won the national title, Brock Lesnar.
Oh, Lesnar. Lesnar.
The All-American from Minnesota, Brock Lesnar.
That was so difficult to watch, calling him fucking Lesnar.
It wasn't difficult for me at all because I love my folk style wrestling.
His dad is obviously his dad.
But there are a few all-time great wrestlers that constantly get brought up, and he is one of them. And it's surprising because normally when you hear like people talk about wrestlers, they talk about the Gable Stevensons of the world, 4-time national champion, all that, and then he just gets lumped in there with them, even though he won 1 national title. And I just think that's pretty cool. It speaks testament to the type of wrestler he was back in the day, back when he was in college.
Whoa! Apparently, he was in the National Guard too.
He was also in the NFL.
Well, guess who can't do Brock Lesnar today as a guest wrestler? Because Cliff's already looking at his accomplishments.
I was just looking at his page to try to see
Brock
if I could find
Lesnar would have been
parents.
an easy as hell guess anyway. But anyway, before we veer any further off track, turning our focus to the new show on the block, debuted tonight to rave reviews, I must say. It seems like everyone enjoyed it.
It was good.
AEW Collision. And we had the return of our main man, Punky Brewster, old Phil Brooks. And he opened the show, didn't he? It went intro and then straight into his entrance.
It was immediately into him in the promo.
And the promo, it was great. I mean, it was what we expected. He threw jabs at the Young Bucks. He threw jabs at pretty much everyone. As well as this ESPN interview that came out, I want to say either today or yesterday. It was either early today or yesterday. Where he finally kind of opened up about everything. Super interesting interview. I'd recommend giving it a read. I don't read a whole lot anymore, but I did read that. That was pretty nice. I still would have liked the video and being able to actually listen to what he was saying instead of having to actually put effort into reading it. But it was a good interview nonetheless. So CM Punk comes out, says he's the one real article in a company or business full of counterfeit bucks.
That was
talking
a nice
about
one.
the Elite and Young Bucks and all that. And he's got a red bag with him. He says he was never beat for it and all this other stuff. It was a great CM Punk promo. It's exactly what he needed. And then later in the night, him and the FTR won against, I don't even remember.
Match.
Was it Jay White, Juice Robinson, and Samoa
Samoa
Joe?
It was a really good match.
I'm glad I remembered that. It only happened like an hour ago, but I'm glad I remember. And then Luchasaurus, your new TNT
That
champion,
was a good match, honestly.
beat Wardlow. All I know is that overall, a lot of people said the general feel was that this was much better and a fresher version of Dynamite.
You
Now,
could
that
tell
could
that
be-
there was, behind the scenes, there was a lot of talent, that wrestling talent. This was not a Tony Khan, and maybe he had his hand on some things, but this was a wrestling show. This was like when Triple H started getting his hands on the main roster. It was a show done by people who know wrestling because they've done wrestling. And maybe I'm wrong, but that's the feeling I got from it.
Well, I think the thing too is that it's new. It's a new episode, like it's a new fucking series. Everyone's gonna pretty gravitate towards it, just like they did it with Dynamite, just like they did with Rampage. But the vibe to it all, I know that's a terrible fucking definition. I know it's a terrible word to use. If I drop my pen, I might throw a pin drop counter on the podcast, like top right or something. That way we know how many times I drop my pen throughout the episode. But I hate using the word vibe because like it's not real descriptive, but a lot of people are saying the vibe was completely different from Rampage or Dynamite and all that. And I got to agree. It was a different just feel to the entire show overall, from the wrestlers on it to the intro, which kicked absolute fucking ass, to the matches, to how everything was shot, to all the lighting, the stage setup, everything was just a completely different feel to a show, and it felt nice to get that on an AEW show once again.
I just wonder how much of it has to go to that, always good Chicago crowd.
Well, I mean, it's CM Punk. They're always going to be hot for CM Punk.
Oh, yeah.
But there was also a good match on there between Andrade El Idolo and I think they called him Buddy Murphy. I don't think they called him Murphy. I think they called him Buddy Murphy.
I think so too, yeah.
Which is obviously
strange.
Weird. But that was a pretty decent match too. It was good. It was good matches all around for a debut show. That AEW needed. They needed a good show for their first show, and they got just that. Looking a little back further in the week, though, I do believe it was on Dynamite. You had MJF versus Adam Cole.
Yes,
which was also another great match. And that went to a time limit draw.
That was an amazing ending to an amazing match.
And before anyone starts going off on another tangent, I just want to say MJF's elbow drop is a thing of beauty. I love his elbow drop. It's so good. So you guys can go on whatever tangents you want about Collision, Rampage, Dynamite, whatever it may be. I just wanted to get that out there that I absolutely love MJF's elbow drop.
Poor fucking Wardlow, bro.
That was a good match, though. It was a really good match, though. Straight beginning to end of it was amazing.
Fucking Wardlow, man. He cannot catch a fucking break.
He'll get that fourth one.
Bro's career is going to be known as the definition of mid just because of shit like this.
No, this AEW this week has been pretty decent. I legit, my day today was spent watching Dynamite and then Rampage and then Collision. And I watched it all the way through. So I fresh in my mind of everything that happened with AEW this week. And I can honestly say, from worst to best, it probably goes Rampage, Dynamite, Collision. And Rampage was very close to topping Dynamite. I just think that Dynamite had that little extra with the Elite and Kenny coming back, and then Will Ospreay attacking Kenny Omega at the end of the match, and that's how they went off into everything.
You mean to tell me Karen Jarrett trying to hit the stroke was better than,
yes,
everything else that happened on Dynamite?
'Cause I gotta see Papa Briscoe.
But Karen Jarrett's stroke, though.
Because I got to see JEFFJARRETT's wife, KARENJEJARRETT, on my television screen, baby.
Oh, shit.
I was waiting for you to spell television screen. Dear Lord.
TELEVISONSCR.
Nope.
It's
Stop.
SION.
Bro, I was in that mask. It was hot in there. It's messing with my mind.
air is not
messing with my
circulating.
brain.
The blood.
Yeah, it's not
Fucking
circulating.
Telemundo.
There's not a whole lot up here. But what there is,
it's not
it's better
working.
than you guys.
Ouch. No, the
I will say
MJF
that
It needs proper airflow.
once again, Konosuke is showing why he is the future of the fucking wrestling business with his banger of a match versus Bandito.
You know who is not the future of the wrestling business?
Someone who is the past of the wrestling business?
Chris fucking Jericho.
Oh boy.
Bro
All right,
has
I'm
been
gonna
on
step out of the way.
Bro has been. I'm not gonna go that hard on him because I really like Chris Jericho. I really did. I really like CM Punk too. And I think I've apologized before, but I want to apologize again. We did CM Punk hella dirty. All three of us did CM Punk. All three of us did CM Punk hella dirty. Don't give me that look.
For what?
We shit
After
on
the
the
Brawl
Elite
for
too.
All.
We shit on the Elite
After
too.
the
Guys,
Brawl for All, we were telling
we
him
have
CM Punk to go
constantly
fuck
shit on the
himself, and we were telling him that he just needs to stay away and be gone forever and all this. Don't
I mean,
look
I
at me.
stand by what I said.
Yeah, everybody say don't look at me like that. You know you did.
Well, I'm just saying, don't speak for me because I still stand by what I said.
And I'm just
shit on
saying,
both
I
of
think
them.
we did him. I think we did him hella dirty. I think we jumped to conclusions.
I think we
A
fairly
tad bit.
shit on all of them.
Oh, we did for sure. Old fucking Twinkle Toes and Counterfeit Bucks. We shit on them quite a bit. But
Which one's Twinkle Toes?
Kenny
Kenny
Omega.
Omega.
That's what Cornette calls Kenny Omega.
God,
But
I hate the internet wrestling fans. Ugh, that's the fucking worst.
you would know, wouldn't you? You have to wake up and look in the mirror every day. You fucking
So
mark.
do you.
I'm not an internet wrestling fan, bro.
I don't. I break it every time I look in it.
Anyway.
I don't partake in the toxic communities. I am the toxic community.
I am
we
a
are the
Phillies
toxic
fan.
community.
I am the toxic community.
I am a Yankees fan. I am the toxic community.
I'm a White Sox fan. I'm forgotten about.
Boo!
Anyway,
Go
talking about
home.
Jericho.
But Jericho's been on a streak. He got fucking arrested, and he's been treating hotel workers like shit for the past year and a half or some shit. And it's finally getting called out, which I applaud because no one should just be able to walk around like they're a fucking rock star when they're in a mid-ass fucking rock band that they can barely scratch by on doing fucking shows for half-empty bars. I mean,
Ouch.
that's all I'm gonna say. Just because you're of a certain stature doesn't mean you start acting like a fucking asshole. And that's the card Chris Jericho's pulling right now, and I'm not a big fan of it. So, I mean, you can go be Mickey Rourke somewhere else, bro. I don't give a shit. That
Go
was
be
his
the
name,
Ram.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Randy the
Yes.
Ram. No, who the fuck's Mickey Rourke? Is that a lead singer of a band?
I thought Mickey Rourke was the name of the actor.
It is.
Yeah.
My camera's gonna start getting laggy.
It is. His name. Okay.
He's a
So
former professional boxer.
I wasn't wrong technically, but regardless,
What was his record?
Chris Jericho is being a kind of a degenerate right now, so I would like to see him get his act straightened up.
And not in the good Degeneration X version. No. Like the
Damn.
actual shithead.
Mickey Rourke.
But
was
someone else
beast.
who very well might be the future, along with Takashita, as well as just the wrestling company in a whole. You see it right there on Cliff's shirt. Not Danhausen, as much as I love him. The other half of that hook. Because
Jungle
we're
Hook?
transitioning over to WWE in the seamless transition. Because WWE is hella interested in sending The higher ups, Triple H, all of them apparently love Hook. So that might be another one in 2024 that we need to keep our eye on.
He's got the look. He's got the moveset. He's the son
the
of
lineage.
fucking Taz. The story writes itself.
I think if they get Hook, they're going to try to pull in Taz too, as a manager.
I don't see why Taz wouldn't.
I don't see why they wouldn't, but I don't think that they're going to pull him separately. I think they're going to pull Taz in with him. I can't see them pulling Hook and not trying to pull Taz too. Which, I mean,
I'm just worried they
Hall of Fame
give him a stupid name
with it. Taz.
Like, I'm honestly worried that they would give him a stupid name because Hook works.
Zach.
But I don't know if they'd be able to keep Hook.
It's Zach, the son of Taz.
Austin drops the pin again. We're just going to act like we didn't see it.
I know. I acknowledge it. I said there's two. Shoosh!
So we're going to have, instead of Hook, it's going to be Zach, the son of Taz.
Oh, thank you!
The thing that makes Kevin Owens chuckle.
Mm-hmm. But no, I just want to see Hook prosper. Like, I just want to see Hook do Hook things. And if it's in WWE, AEW, fucking NJPW, GCW, Lucha Underground, AAA, CMLL, whatever.
I don't think you're going to Lucha Underground considering that shit's gone. That shit's long gone. You got to give that up.
No, I will never let Lucha Underground die.
But you know what is not prospering? The Bloodline. We have a Civil War Bloodline match at Money in the Bank and London. Nonetheless,
to acknowledge the ones, Jimmy and Jay the Usos.
Last I checked, they weren't holding the Universal WWE Undisputed 24/7 7-Eleven I-95 South Lexington and Kentucky titles. Roman Reigns and Son of Umaga that they won't ever let you forget.
I like how no. He ain't the son of Umaga.
Well, whatever, bro.
He's son of Rikishi.
Rikishi. Then why has he got Umaga's fucking shtick, bro?
I don't know.
Because they need somebody to fill that shtick.
They needed somebody to do it. Rikishi was the tag team guy and the Intercontinental Champion with Too Cool. And so,
all right.
You know.
I just had an idea. Do we know anything about the other Fatu brother?
He's working on the indies.
His contract details anything?
No.
It should be up relatively soon.
He very well could just show up in London
and everything,
and that could be like the deciding factor here, because there's no deciding factor between these two. Because if the Usos go over, it fucks over everything Roman's been doing.
I could see Solo turning, not gonna lie.
But if Roman and Solo go over, it squashes any momentum the Usos have. So there's got to be some kind of like unequalizer here. Where's he going?
Away.
With Hook?
Hey, Hook is a Paul Heyman guy.
That would probably be the best move for him, honestly. But we've got that at Money in the Bank, as well as our boy LA Knight. Yeah. And there was talk that someone's going to have to wrestle for their spot in the Money in the Bank match. Did that happen? Did that not happen?
Not that I've seen. No, let me check.
I have no idea.
Because
Men's Money in the Bank.
There was reports that someone would have to wrestle and like for their spot in the Money in the Bank. So, like 2 people in there would wrestle and the loser gets kicked out. And like
is it the men's Money in the Bank spot?
Yes.
All right.
So I don't know. Could have been an untrustworthy source.
I'm not seeing anything about
but
it.
It was kind of everywhere.
I see the
and a lot of motherfuckers were worried that it was LA Knight.
No, because the contestants are Butch for the men's. It's Butch, Santos, Ricochet, Shinsuke, LA Knight, and Damian
Yeah.
Priest.
Yeah, and I heard that like someone would be getting kicked out and replaced or something. I don't know. Could have been completely wrong. For all I know.
It may be possibly because they're wanting Drew McIntyre to possibly come back at Money in the Bank, so it may be speculation around that.
They could just pull a Brock Lesnar thing and have him come back at Money in the Bank as like the 8th man or whatever the hell it was.
Well, there's only 6, so they would have to get another guy in there to make it an 8th.
There was something else I was going to say about Money in the Bank in that match specifically. It's just
Logan
gone.
Paul.
I forget. No.
Screw that.
Agreed.
I have no problem with Logan Paul in WWE. I just don't like them trying to push him to the moon in matches and stuff like that he has not no purpose in being in, story-wise or any otherwise. If it's a decent move for progression and stories and stuff, then yes, okay. I don't think putting him in Money in the Bank, at least this year, would be a good move for anybody. I don't see any good reason for it.
Back to what I finally remembered. I think the more and more closer we get to Money in the Bank, I think the more and more I feel like LA Knight being a lock on winning the Money in the Bank is a real possibility. Because they got him a new fucking theme song. It's his older song, just a little remixed. And they're doing that shit that they do every single time that the winner of whatever match is just going to start losing. That way it decreases their credibility. WWE has a terrible habit of this. They go on like a losing streak right before the big match. And all of a sudden it's a fucking miracle that they've been getting their shit beat in week after week. But here they are. A la Daniel Bryan. And they fucking win.
Big E didn't. Big E just walked around with the briefcase for a long period of time joking about who he's going to cash in on.
You know what I don't like?
That Big
I don't
E
like that
wrestle?
they mentioned that that they reiterated that you could cash in for any title like the US or the Intercontinental. I swear to God, if we send LA Knight back to NXT, I will shit myself.
Oh, I don't think that is the reaction that you
Just
think
saying.
it is. I don't think you threatening to shit yourself because he loses or wins it and then goes to NXT is the response you think it is to that.
I'm just saying that it's not necessarily the best thing they could have done.
I mean, I don't argue with that. It would be dumb. But
well, there was a member of this group we just talked about in the Money in the Bank match, Damian Priest. It's looking like the Judgment Day more and more every week is just going to dissolve and break up. You got Finn Balor going after the World Heavyweight Championship. You've got
Who is
Rhea
he
Ripley.
talking to? Is that JD McGonigal?
JD McDonough.
McDonough?
He was
McDonough.
actually legitimately trained by
Both
Finn
of you
Balor.
got it wrong.
That's why I was asking. I didn't know.
He was actually trained by Finn Balor. So he was legit his apprentice.
Interesting.
Which is why when NXT UK was a thing and Finn Balor was NXT champion, their match against each other meant a lot, was because it was mentor versus student.
I'm just worried that it means that Mommy is not going to end up with Dom Dom anymore.
I think they'll stay together no matter what happens. They might just
so
like the group might not be a thing anymore.
The build up to this speculation and stuff and what we've seen on TV, the solid evidence. What pay-per-view were you here to watch?
You talking about NXT?
No, you came here. We had Domino's.
That was Backlash.
Backlash. So at Backlash, when Finn Balor and Dominic are in the rampway, you watch Dominic's getting jumped by like 5 different people. and Finn Balor walks away from him. He wipes his hands clean and walks away. Completely. And then
You know what I
he
kind
gets
of hope?
hit by Savio Vega and stuff, and now we've gotten to the point where we see Damian Priest kind of silencing Finn Balor doing promos and stuff backstage and telling him to just relax and calm down. And so it's kind of building up towards Damian Priest and Finn Balor kind of building towards and going at each other potentially, along with that or just kicking Dominic out of the group and Rhea Ripley ending up leaving.
I really do hope that it's just kind of, with Finn getting back into the main event scene, that brings back like the Finn that came out of NXT.
The Prince.
Yeah.
See, and that's New Japan Finn Balor. That's when he started Bullet Club. That's the gimmick that he had, was Prince Devitt was what he went by. And that's what he was known for. And NXT did such a good job when he went back down there and used it. And he was starting to use it on the main roster, and then Vince said, nope, we're going to make you go happy and fan Finn again, and then his stock went plummeting down. I think they could build him back up.
The only issue I really see, because, if the Judgment Day splits, it's really sad they didn't get a hold all the gold moment, but, it's whatever. So you've got Dom and Mommy. They're going to go do their thing on SmackDown. Finn stays on Raw. Where does that leave Damian Priest?
It doesn't put...
See,
No. Rhea Ripley's on Raw. This is a different topic, too. The titles. Rhea Ripley has the carbon copy of the Raw's World Championship. Rhea Ripley
that's right.
was
She was SmackDown champion, but she was on Raw until they rebranded the titles. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
A little sneak into that one.
Well, that's just another like you said, another talking point. They're talking about unifying the main and women's NXT titles, which would actually be fantastic for the belt, because that belt has been dog shit ever since they created it. And it would give them people to actually wrestle, and actual tag teams to wrestle. So, I mean, I see it as an absolute plus. You've already got a lot of NXT and main roster women's teams kind of like bleeding the lines of it being developmental and all that. So I don't see the bad there. And since I was kind of quiet on the whole Judgment Day thing, I think if they were to do it, it would be something like that. Like Eli said, like they're going to kick Dom out and Mommy's going to go with them. They're like, oh shit, like we need to get someone else. And that's where JD McDonough can come in. And they can start building another fucking stable out of it.
I don't see... I see Balor leaving and starting his own, and then Judgment Day kind of falls apart. I don't see him staying in Judgment Day and keeping Priest around anymore.
Well, Eli talked about...
It could be, sorry for the interruption, but it could be a build-up where Damian Priest wins the Money in the Bank and Finn's going for the world title, and you get conflict of Finn's trying to win this, but Damian Priest is going to win it, and maybe Damian Priest cashes in while Finn's in a match, and Finn costs Damian Priest the match. And so there's a chance to where that's how they split up, honestly.
I don't know.
Once again, sorry for
but that would require someone else to not win the Money in the Bank, and his name is LA Knight.
See.
Da.
But Eli referred back to Backlash, and someone that returned to Backlash, Carlito. And there are a lot of reports going around as of now that Carlito has either re-signed with WWE or is in the process of re-signing with WWE. And I think that would be a terrific return for WWE.
He has canceled his Canada dates that he had planned. He was supposed to have some major shows in Canada, and he has already canceled them and moved on from those dates. I'm pretty sure he's canceling some other ones. The reason he probably wasn't able to do it sooner was he did have some nice shows coming up. I believe he had a AAA show, maybe. I could be wrong about that. He had a decent promotion that
He's
he was
also
going to be
wrestling
working
Matt
for.
Cardona.
Yeah, and so he's had some decent matches come up and be booked that, I mean, I can understand why he wouldn't potentially immediately jump ship to WWE after Backlash, because his stock rose back up again, and I just enjoy the thing I've been seeing of Carlito debuted beating John Cena for the United States Championship. Wouldn't it be great if he re-debuted and beat Austin Theory for the United States Championship, since Austin Theory is supposedly the new John Cena? Just
You know, I
poetic
might as well
justice.
call you a fucking broker from here on out, how much you like to talk about people's stocks. Their stocks raising, their stocks lowering. Might as well call you a fucking broker. But looking at my list here, we had one thing we forgot on AEW, and this will be a perfect segue into our third little chunk here. We forgot to talk about the newly announced Forbidden Door matches. Both of which involving both NJPW's World Champion and AEW's World Champion, respectively. So the two matches we had going into this week, I guess, were Bryan Danielson versus Kazuchika Okada, and then Omega versus Ospreay for the IWGP US title. The two new matches that are added are Jungle Boy Jack Perry versus IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Sonata. And then you've got AEW World Champion Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF, versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. One of those matches is going to be really great.
Yeah, Jungle Boy's going to show off.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
He can't.
That Jungle... You're telling me...
Straight up. It's already in the card. He's losing that match. There's no way he comes out a winner. The G1 is built around Sonata being the champion.
He's not winning the match. That's not what I'm arguing about. He's not becoming IWGP World Heavyweight Champion.
I'm arguing against Cliff here, not you.
I'm arguing that it's not going. It might be a decent match, but you're telling me they're out of that entire fucking roster, the entire roster of like 300 fucking AEW wrestlers. You can't find a better one to face Sonata to better represent your company than Jungle Boy Jack Perry. I guess he's one of the four pillars. I'd rather see fucking Britt Baker versus Sonata.
CM Punk would have been nice.
I would have liked to see Adam Cole, but we can't all get what we
CM
want.
Punk. That would have been nice.
CM Punk's supposed to be facing Kenta, and CM Punk is not and CM Punk doesn't want to. So we'll see.
So in other words, it's not going to happen.
Sonata would be a nice match, honestly.
I'm just saying, like, you're telling me fucking Darby Allin versus Sonata would be a better match than fucking Jungle Boy Jack Perry and Sonata.
I think that's too much of a... I think we're still in the area that, in my thought process of why this remotely can't even be a good match, is it's too much of a clash of styles.
Well, I will explain it. Give me 30 seconds, and then we can move on. At the beginning of the year, Jungle Boy Jack Perry promised that by the end of the year he was going to hold championship gold. And so Sonata issued an open challenge to whoever on the AEW roster wanted to take it. There you go. And, it's probably going to lead to Jungle Hook imploding by the end of the year. So.
I just didn't want to listen to someone actually try and defend this match, because this match, on paper, I don't like it. Even if it is like a 25-star match, I'm probably not going to say I like it, just off pure principle alone. There are so many other people you could fucking pick from, and you choose Jungle Boy.
Well, you gotta build your stars somehow.
By losing to another fucking company's champion?
Yeah, isn't that how that's how you elevate people? You put them in that scene.
But he's
I
gonna
don't know.
lose, and it's gonna be because he gets choked out.
I have absolutely no gripes about the MJF Tanahashi match. It's going to be a great match.
Okada versus Ospreay is gonna be amazing.
Who?
Nope. Ospreay versus Omega. Okada versus Danielson. It was
Rose
an
out
O
here
name.
reading 2 years ago Dominion card.
It was an O name that popped in my head. Bite me.
Well, speaking of Okada and Sonata and all these other NJPW greats, the G1 Climax blocks have been announced. They're going with 4 blocks this year, A, B, C, and D. And like I said, it makes it pretty clear as to who's probably going to win this or who's going to be in the finals. Or I'm not exactly sure how the G1 Climax works after the block staging, because I remember it just being a fucking single elimination tournament.
So whoever has the most points in A will face whoever has the most points in B or C or D, and it's just a point-based system of A.
How many people
B,
come out of the
C, and D.
blocks?
One.
Huh?
One person
It's
each?
Winner of the A,
Yes.
winner of the B, winner of the C, winner of the D competes against each other, and then the final is whoever wins out of the match.
That's all I needed to know. So, taking a look at the blocks here, I'll read them off real quick. In A block, you got Sonata, the current IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. You got Chase Owens, Hikuleo, Ren Narita, Shota Umino, Iota Tsuji, Gabe Kidd, and Kaito Kiyomiya. In B block, you got Kazuchika Okada. I don't need to explain anything he's done. This cool little stat, though. This is his 12th consecutive entry into the climax. You got Yoshihachi, Taichi, Kenta, Great Khan, Will Ospreay, Tangaloa, and El Phantasmo. On C block, you got David Finlay, Tomohiro Ishii, Evil, Tamatanga, Shingo Tagai. Is
Takagi.
Takagi
Yes.
correct? Okay.
Takagi.
I knew I said it and it was wrong. Aaron Henare, Eddie Kingston, and Mikey Nichols. And D block, you have Hiroshi Tanahashi, who this is his 22nd consecutive G1 Climax. Bro won it in 2007, 2015, and 2018. You got Tetsuya Naito, his 14th consecutive entry. Hiroki Goto, his 16th consecutive entry. Zack Sabre Jr., Toru Yano, 18th entry, 17th consecutive entry. Shane Hayes and Alex Coughlin.
You skipped Jeff Cobb.
And Jeff Cobb, but just because it doesn't matter. He's a no-name in that pool.
Yeah.
And as I said, it's pretty obvious who's going to come out of all of these. Okada's coming out of B block, Sonata's coming out of A block, Finley's coming out of C block, and Tanahashi's coming out of D block. That's what it comes down to.
Who did you say for C block?
Finley. David Finley.
Potentially.
Who else makes more sense there?
Ishii.
They're not having
No.
Tomohiro Ishii come out.
Ishii won't
fucking
come out.
C block.
It's going to be David or it's going to be Tama. Would be the two that would come out.
See, that's what
of
I was
that.
thinking. It's
Ishii,
it would come.
The only problem with Ishii is New Japan has never really seen him as a world contender. If he moves up, he's going to immediately lose in the semifinal. That's just how that one would end up. New Japan has never had him booked, nor as a serious world championship contender. He's the never open weight guy, and that's what he's been. And so I can't see him.
I don't
It's not
know.
a bad pick, but
They really like David Finley. I really like David Finley. The people really like David Finley. So, and I could be completely wrong on this, but I feel like there's always one younger guy that makes it super far in the G1 Climax, and that's like their big jump off point. And this could be a great jump off point for David Finlay. Even if he doesn't make it out of the semis, just making it to the semis would be a good enough jumping off point for him.
I will say, if Ishii does make it to the semifinal, there is a good chance he may be able to move past. What?
So, they have changed up some stuff. I'm glad I looked it up. So, coming out of the blocks are both first and second place from each block.
Oh.
And here's how the matches will go. This is August 10th.
Uh-huh.
First place A block will fight C block second place.
Oh, dear Lord. They did this
First
with the
place
juniors.
B block will fight second place D block. First place C will fight second place B, and fourth place D will fight first place D will fight second place A. So the top two come out of each block.
So it could be David and Tama.
Interesting.
Well, I think all four that I said are locks to make it out of it regardless. The other ones could be just a toss-up in general. Because, like, you have A block, which only 2 of the people have been in the G1 before. The rest are all this is their first entry.
Yes.
So it'll probably be Sonata and someone in their debut entry, like
it'll be
Hikuleo
Yoda Tsuji.
Or someone out of that block.
It'll be Yoda and
Whoever
Sonata.
pins Sonata is going to end up winning the climax.
No. So, see, the thing with that is Sonata could be pinned during this G1 Climax and still make it to the semifinal or the final, but whoever pins Sonata has a guaranteed world title match eventually.
I'm just saying that's just how
Japan
I see it. Whoever pins him is going to end up winning it.
Japan follows those rules strictly.
And then out of B block, I feel pretty confident in saying it's going to be Okada and Ospreay.
Yeah, it should be.
I feel pretty confident in saying that. And then C block, like you said, we've got 3 people who it could be. Well, David Finley's definitely one of them, and then the other 2 could be Tamatanga and Tomohiro Ishii.
Ishii or
whoever
Shingo.
Whoever makes it out of that besides David Finlay is probably losing in that quarterfinal anyway, so I don't think it matters a whole lot. Whoever that second place is.
Fucking Eddie Kingston makes it out of the block.
I swear to God.
And then D block is really the one that's kind of
It
hard to
should
guess.
be
From Noah in D block?
No, he is in. Where is
the dude that stiff kicked Okada?
He's in the A block.
Oh, that's Yota, isn't it?
No, that's Kaito.
No, that's Kaito Kayama.
Oh, Kaito.
I didn't see him, so he could potentially win in the A block and be that second or first place one.
I don't know. It'll be interesting, though.
Yeah, they could have him and Okada in the quarterfinals.
Oh, God.
They could have them in the finals, I think, potentially. That...
I don't know. D block is the one that really interests me, and it's probably the one I'm going to keep my eye on the most, because you've got a lot of experience here, but you also got people like fucking Zack Sabre Jr., who I think is going to be one of the 2 to make it out of the block. I don't see as to why he wouldn't. I think it would just make sense because they have a title on him. I know that doesn't mean a whole lot in Japan, but they do have a title on him. So I don't see why not just having him make it out of the blocks as one of the 2. Even if he loses in the quarterfinal, I think that would do wonders for him, making out of the blocks.
I don't think Tanahashi will win by any means. I would like to see him win again, but I don't know. I feel like his world title picture has closed in a little bit, and he's kind of that pass-along mentor where he still wins, but the big ones, he kind of just scoots it along.
They could have him tie Okada with 4 G1 wins.
That is also true.
Or will Okada fucking three-peat?
Well, that's the thing, is that
21, 22, and 23.
Win, but they still have to hold the briefcase.
Okada's a bitch.
The fuck?
with the G1, there has been a right to fight defenses. Tanahashi has done it. Everybody else has done it. And Okada last year said he wasn't going to do it at all. He never once defended his right to fight. And he ran his mouth, and I believe it was 21, that he was bringing back the old world championship, and he was going to defend it, and then proceeded to last year not defend his right to fight at all. Because he was afraid of facing Jay White and potentially losing his right to fight.
I don't know. All I know is that the G1 Climax is going to be super, super interesting from top to bottom in every block, A, B, C, and D. It's going to be very interesting.
Majority of the
Moving
new Bullet
on.
Club are in it.
Yeah, that's true. But, I mean, you guys got anything else to say about New Japan?
Oh, I have so much
Or
to say.
AEW? Or WWE?
Turning into the most exciting time of the year if you're in New Japan, Mark.
Nothing else. Well, if we got nothing else, then we're going to head on to our weekly Ace and Hole Contenders Cup challenge. And this week, Cliff chose, since he has the lead, he's up 3-2.
Wait, hold on. I
And-
gotta go get the cup. Give me a second.
he has a cup. He has a cup now.
Yeah, I have a
this-
cup.
This is the one thing we talked about. He asked one champ to another. He's like, champ, please give me an idea. I need something to be my cup. And I gave him like 4 terrific ideas. So I'm waiting to see what he comes back with.
I'm hoping
Because-
it's a KFC bowl.
Well, there was a handful of things thrown around, and I was hoping he went with the one that I really liked. I'm not going to say it just in case it is, but once he comes back, we can talk about it if it isn't. But he came to me. He said, "Forever champ, the greatest champ that's ever lived, the greatest champ in Ace and Hole podcast history. Can you please help me? Because you know how to hold a title, you know how to present a title, and make it look good, make it feel prestigious, and people want to face you for it. How can I do that?" So I sat him down and I said, "Cliff, this is a talk you usually have when you become a man. So, let's see what the Contenders Cup holder came back with. He's going to have to listen back to the episode to hear what
He's
I
a
said
man
about
now?
him, but there it is. That is one of the...
Contenders Cup.
See, I was right on. I said we talked about a few ideas while we were spending our time together down in Santa Claus. And I was hoping you'd go with the Jack Daniels one and just tape Contenders Cup on it.
Nah.
I think that would have been a great Contenders Cup.
I have to admit, that's better than what I thought you were going to bring in. I was hoping you were going to bring in like a tiny plastic trophy. And I was 100% hoping that's what you were going to do with the build-up Austin was giving. Was you were going to bring in this little tiny Dollar General trophy, and it was going to have like a CC written in Sharpie on it.
That is another thing I told him. I said you could just go grab one of your like Optimus trophies from elementary and use it. But anyway, another GCW card is being predicted this week. I love GCW. I read through the card. I love almost everyone on this card. It's a great card, tremendous card. One of the best cards. One of the best. So, looking at the card here, you've got Commander versus Jordan Oliver. You got Cyclop versus Myoto Extremo and Rina Yamashita versus Second Gear Crew, which is one called Manders, Mace Warner, and John Wayne Murdoch. After that, you got this match, which I really like. You've got Joey Janela and Sawyer Wreck, big Sawyer Wreck guy here, versus Bussy. You got Ali Catch and Effie. After that, you got Lufisto versus Steph DeLander. After that, you got another singles match versus Metalik and Vikingo. And then the GCW World Title match, one of my greatest fucking favorite names ever, Gringo Loco, is facing Blake Christian for the GCW World Title. And what is that? It's only 6 matches this week. So nice, quick, short, easy. Champ. Well, Contenders Cup holder, since you are in the lead now, you get to go first. So who are you picking for Commander versus Jordan Oliver?
I'm gonna take Commander.
No one can read what that says, Eli. No one has any idea what that says.
I'm taking Commander too.
So moving on to the 6-man tag team match. Eli, do you have something else to say about that match?
Nope.
Or?
I feel like I am going to end up losing by 1 on this card.
Well, moving on to the 6-man tag match, who do you got, champ?
I have Second Gear Crew
Ooh.
and John Wayne Murdoch.
See, I have the other team.
You got the team
Rena's.
of Rina Yamashita versus Los Macizos.
You got a Rena fan over here and me, so I'm not betting against.
Welcome to the fucking club. After that, you got the tag team match with Joey Janela and Slater Urek versus Bussy. Who you got in that, Cliff?
I'm taking Bussy.
Yeah.
As much as I do like Slayer Urek, I think Bussy's probably taking the dub there.
I just picked him for the
After that, you
name.
got Lufisto.
Wait, Eli, are you taking Joey Janela?
No, I took Bussy. I just took him for the name at this point.
After that, you got Lufisto versus Steph DeLander.
This was
Steph
a hard
DeLander.
one. I picked Lufisto. That was a hard one for me to actually decide on.
Moving on, then you got Metalik versus Vikingo.
I'm going to take El Hijo del Viquino.
Same pick right here.
And then for the main event, you got Blake Christian versus Gringo Loco.
Taking Blake Christian.
I picked Blake Christian too new of a champion for them to get rid of that belt.
He just got the title. He's not.
Yeah.
He has a lot of heat on him with it too. It's too early for them to get rid of that.
And that does it for this week's Ace No Contenders Cup Challenge. Make sure you tune in next week to figure out if it's tied back up or if Cliff extends his lead. And after that, who wants to go first? Who wants to do their gimmick
As the
first?
current Contenders Cup holder, I nominate the person who doesn't have anything right now to go next.
Well, that's funny because as the Undisputed Ace No Predictions champion, since you just tried to pull that card, I outrank you, so you got to go first. Nice try, buddy. Nice try.
All right, so just so you guys know, I counted. We have 20 bullet points to get through today, so everyone just stick with me.
Nah, you got to summarize that shit.
We're going to try.
Only hit the important shit.
1983, WCCW Wrestling Star Wars was held in Dallas, Texas, in which David Von Erich defended Jimmy Garvin, to win the WCCW Texas Heavyweight Championship.
God damn it. Can't get through one of them without messing up someone's name.
Nope. And in the main event, Bruiser Brody and Kerry Von Erich won the American Tag Team titles from the other two fabulous Freebirds, Michael Hayes and Terry Gordy. In 85, 2 debuts were made at a WWF taping in, Poughkeepsie, New York.
Poughkeepsie.
Yes, that word. Both against Aldo Marino. The first was Terry Funk, and the second was Randy Macho Man Savage.
There's actually a really scary horror movie called the Poughkeepsie Tapes.
Is there?
Uh-huh.
Didn't know that. Austin, this one's for you. In 95, ECW Barbed Wire Hoodies and Choke Slams was held in the ECW Arena.
Yes, sir.
In Philadelphia. The main event of the show, the Sandman retained the World Heavyweight title against Cactus Jack in a barbed wire match. Following some controversy, Cactus Jack appears to have the match won because Sandman can't answer the count of 10. However, Bill Alfonso refuses to acknowledge the win because the title can't change hands under those conditions. The match is restarted. Sandman chokes Jack with a barbed wire and tosses him to the floor. And Alfonso decides that Cactus Jack cannot continue and stops the match, giving the win to Sandman. The fans in the arena were not happy with the decision. Alfonso had to be smuggled out in the boot of a car because fans were waiting for him with their own baseball bats outside. And if that doesn't describe ECW to you, nothing will. In 96, NJPW Skydiving J was held in Tokyo, Japan. Shinjiro Otani defeated Sakuraba to win the vacant. Yes. To win the
Let
vacant
me tell you something about
WA
Sakuraba. How do you not
Light
know
Heavyweight
Sakuraba,
Championship.
bro? He has
And
one
then
of the best wins in Pride history. He beat Hoist Gracie when Hoist Gracie was like unfucking beatable. You put respect on that man's name. How do you not fucking know that?
I didn't know how to say it.
Sakuraba.
And then, just because of that, later in the show, Jushin Thunder Liger beat Dick Togo to become the Commonwealth Junior Heavyweight Championship. There's a Dick Togo sighting for you.
Yeah, funny enough, that's the only wrestler that's gotten me on Guess the Wrestler is fucking Dick Togo.
Yeah, after that, we can skip over, all this NWA bullshit.
Hey, also, something else notable about Sakuraba, his nickname is the Gracie Hunter. Like, every Gracie that they've put him against, I'm pretty sure he's beat.
Nice.
Except this Raylick Gracie in 2010, but he was already way past his prime then.
Well, we're not in 010 yet, so in 07, TNA Slammiversary was held
010?
at the Nashville Municipal Auditorium in Nashville, Tennessee, in front of a whopping 3,500 fans. On this pay-per-view, Rhino and Senshi defeated LAX. Jay Lethal defeated Chris Sabin to win the X Division title.
Love a good border toss and Gringo Killer.
Jerry Lynn and Frank Wycheck defeated James Storm and Ron Killings. Bob Backlund defeated Alex Shelley by pinfall. The Voodoo Kin Mafia, which is Kip James and BG James, defeated Basham and Damanja in less than 3 minutes.
Fucking BG James, bro. Oh my god.
Eric Young defeated Robert Roode with a small package.
Real
Team
quick.
3D defeated Rick Steiner and Road Warrior Animal to retain the tag titles.
Have you guys ever heard BG James's fucking TNA theme song?
Non-stop.
It is dog shit. It is terrible. Like, it starts with like some chick on the phone. She's like, "Help me, they're in my house," and then it just cuts to some random fucking bullshit. Like, it's easily one of the worst songs I've ever fucking heard. One of the worst fucking wrestling theme songs I have ever heard. I'm glad it came from TNA and it was with fucking BG James.
Sting beat Christopher Daniels. Abyss defeated Tomko. Angle outlasted Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, Chris Harris, and Christian Cage in a King of the Mountain match to win the vacant TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Never said Jeff Jarrett didn't do nothing for you. In 2012, No Way Out happened, and this is when Sheamus won the World Heavyweight title from Dolph Ziggler with that Broad Kick. Santino defeated Ricardo Rodriguez in a tuxedo match.
Ricardo Rodriguez! I got him right on one of our Guess the Wrestlers.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. This is a flash from the past. In a fatal four-way match, the primetime players of Darren Young and Titus O'Neil defeated Epico and Primo, the team called International Airstrike.
Millions of dollars.
I don't
That's
remember
not-
them being called International Airstrike, by the way, of Justin Gabriel and Tyson Kidd
I knocked everything
It was
down
weird.
off my fucking base.
and the Usos. Layla defeated Beth Phoenix to retain the Divas Championship. Sin Cara pinned Hunico. CM Punk defeated Daniel Bryan and Kane in a triple threat match. Ryback defeated
Hot
Dan Delaney and Rob Grimes. I don't know who those jobbers are.
enhancement talents.
And John Cena defeated The Big Show in a steel cage match.
That's not surprising.
With the win, John Laurinaitis of People Power was fired. And after
Yeah,
the
he
match,
was.
Cena put Laurinaitis, Johnny Ace, he has a 5-star match, damn it, through the Spanish announce table. We don't really care about AJPW or Shine. In 2018, Money in the Bank was held in Chicago. Daniel Bryan submitted Big Cass. Bobby Lashley defeated Sami Zayn. Seth Rollins retained the IC title against Elias. The women's Money in the Bank match was won by Alexa Bliss. Roman defeated Jinder. Roman hindered the Jinder.
Hinder the gender, baby.
Carmella retained the SmackDown Women's Championship by defeating Asuka with interference from everyone's favorite chinless wonder, James Ellsworth.
No one's ready for James Ellsworth, bro.
You never are. AJ Styles defeated Shinsuke in a last man standing match. Nia Jax retained the title against Ronda Rousey, but then Bliss cashed in on her to then become the champion, and Braun Strowman became the Monster in the Bank. And in 2018, at day 2 of NJPW Kizuna Road in Tokyo, Japan, Hiroki Goto defeated Michael Elgin to become the Never Openweight champion. Now, we have 4 birthdays today, and it's very ironic.
Fortune 4.
Mitsusharu Misawa in 62, Millie McKenzie in 2000, and Kotaro and Minoru Suzuki were born 10 years apart on the same day in 78 and 68, respectively. That's a long-ass fucking day in history.
All right, champ. You want to go first, or is Cliff going first?
I want to preface, before we go any further, Eli ran the wrestler Austin Has to Guess by me, and I got it in 2 guesses. It was my second guess. I'm just throwing that out there.
What's your track record looking like with Guess the Wrestler? Oh, wait.
I don't know. It's pretty bad.
You've missed the same fucking chick twice. I don't want to hear it from you.
Now Eli's going to have to look up someone else because, that's who he was going to throw at me again, was Tegan Knox.
Well, at least you know her name now.
I probably
Cliff
can
can
still
go
do it,
first.
and he won't know. Cliff is going first. Oh, dear Lord. Okay, Cliff.
37
are you
accomplishments.
ready? Yeah.
If
you
he's
ready?
got super long accomplishments, I learned my fucking lesson. No one wants to listen to all of them. Just hit the major ones.
Hit the major ones? Okay. He
Hit
is a
what I
former.
would know.
He is a former one-time ECW World Tag Team Champion. A former one-time IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. Former Super J Cup winner 1994. Top / best of the Super Juniors 1993-1995. Super Grade Junior Heavyweight Tag League 1994. Feud of the Year 2004. Match of the Year 2004. Wrestler of the Year 2004. Ranked number 1 of the top 500 in 2004. Ranked 69 of the top 500 2003. One-time WCW World Heavyweight Champion. 2-time WCW World Tag Team Champion. 3-time WCW World Television Champion. 2-time WCW United States Heavyweight Champion. He is the 7th WCW Triple Crown Champion. He is a former 1-time World Heavyweight Champion. A 1-time WWE Tag Team Champion. A 3-time United States Champion. 4-time WWF, WWE Intercontinental Champion. 3-time WWF World Tag Team Champion. He has won a Royal Rumble. He won the WWE Tag Team Championship Tournament in 2002. He is the 12th Triple Crown Champion. He is the best brawler of 2004, best technical wrestler of 1994, 1995, 2000, 2003, 2004, feud of the year 2004, match of the year 2002, most outstanding wrestler 2000 and 2004, most underrated 1998, Reader's Favorite Wrestler, 1997-2000, and Wrestling Observer Newsletter Hall of Fame Class of 2003.
Damn.
Huh. Bro had quite the year in 04.
Yeah, he did.
I gotta tell you, I'm actually not gonna tell you. Never mind.
If Austin looks at his phone, he will know who it is.
Well,
I'm
I saw
gonna-
it, but I still want to try and guess it.
I'm gonna take a hint.
Let me see.
I gotta tell you, there was one thing I would ask for specifically.
I'm not gonna ask for it because I don't know Rumbles like you do, Austin.
He was in every single video
Still,
game up until WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2007, which was released in 2006. He has had matches. That was a free one. He has wrestled underneath. Hang on. 3 names. And he was trained by a member of the Hart family. Not of the Hart Foundation, but a member of the Hart family.
I have a guess, but I don't want to waste it and then I'm stuck. So I'm gonna take another hint.
He won the WCW World Heavyweight Championship just to forfeit it. Because he didn't want to be champion.
Are you doing Benoit? Yeah. You're doing Mr. Bowflex.
I was slowly starting to piece it together.
I was watching Austin like, okay, Austin's gonna have the reaction he had last week when he thought I was doing Chris Benoit, which was, no way, you're not. Austin. Oh, wow. I will
I
state
gotta
this.
tell you that laugh does not instill confidence in me.
Austin, I know who he's doing for you. I'm just letting you know you're going to kick yourself so hard for this.
Combat Sport Pro Hall of Fame, Class of 2015. NWA Hall of Fame, Class of 2012.
You better not be looking it up.
No, I was just getting rid of this fucking...
Manager of the Year, 1990. Worst Worked Match of the Year, 2005. WWE Hall of Fame, Class of 2017.
That's it. That's it.
That's it.
I mean, go ahead and give me a hint.
His worst worked match of the year was against Eric Bischoff.
Oh my god. And can I ask if that was in WWE, correct?
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
not a hint. Okay. I know who it is.
I'll give it that.
Oh my god, what's his name, bro? I can see him. I know who it is because I've watched that fucking match before, bro.
What pay-per-view was it?
I don't know. Give me another one, bro. I just watched that not too long ago. That's
You know, Eli, what you could do is you could tell him, as a hint, you can give him all the titles he's had throughout his career. Not like championships, but all the working titles he's had.
Oh, but that's gonna help too much.
Like his positions.
I will state
that wouldn't
he is.
help.
I will state he is listed on Wikipedia as a referee.
Was that the hint?
He has worked in WCW, NWA, WWE, and ECW.
There was no way that was a hint.
Why was
is
that not a
major
hint?
That is a major hint.
That's a big ass hint.
No, it's not.
Hell yeah, it was.
Oh, wow. This dude's worked for every major wrestling company in the U.S. What a hint.
Yeah.
Along with his accomplishments,
His
yeah.
2017 introduction into the Hall of Fame was done by Ron Simmons and John Layfield. I'm pretty sure listing off those companies is
That's
a
a big
ass
hint.
hint.
That's a huge fucking hint right there.
Fuck.
And it classifies as a wrestler because he's had a match.
Yeah, it does.
You really hit me with no fucking wrestler. This is probably like Mike Chioda or fucking Lil Nate or some shit, bro.
Believe it or not, Little Nate, you know, he's done a lot of good shit.
He pops up in WWE from time to time.
Can you give me anything else, bro?
The Hall of Fame one, it was the biggest hint you could have gotten. I'm not going to lie. Without giving it to you on a platter.
So,
because like,
he
those are
was
the
the referee.
accomplishments again, Eli.
He was the referee when Ricky Steamboat won the NWA World Heavyweight Championship.
Wait, go back to that.
He was the referee.
The
He was
referee when
replacement
Steamboat
referee
won the
when
title.
Steamboat won the NWA World Heavyweight Championship at the Chi-Town Rumble.
What year was that? Was that back in like the 90s and such?
That was 1989.
Oh my god.
Eli, you gotta stop, man.
He got his hair head. Hang on,
Eli.
I started having a stroke reading this. Holy shit! The pay-per-view is called Capital Combat. Let me.
Yep.
He got his head shaven bald. Apparently at Capital Combat.
Correct.
Wait.
Paul Ellering, who was also bald, so that doesn't help at all.
Did his head stay bald his entire career?
No. Eli, no.
It didn't. It didn't.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's
After
correct.
After the match, it did not. No. But recollection in my brain, no.
I'm really at a loss. The 2017 class? Who the fuck was in that class?
He was the referee at Over the Edge 1999 pay-per-view during the match after Owen Hart's tragic death. Dear Lord. He was the referee when Draws got paralyzed.
Oh.
My Lord.
Because that was Kurt Angle's class.
Was it?
He's had a lot of matches.
That's how I remember.
He's had a lot of damn matches.
Eli,
Fuck.
stop.
So if it was a worst booked match,
Worst booked.
Was worked.
in WWE versus Eric Bischoff, it had to have been the other manager.
I mean, Eric Bischoff had a match against Vince McMahon, so I wouldn't hold that to a high standard there.
It had to have been against the other manager of like the other fucking brand.
I stand by my statement.
That's
on
my
what I
thought
said.
process here.
Didn't Bischoff face off against Stephanie McMahon at one point?
Yes, he did.
I rest my case.
And if this dude's wrestled a lot, my guess would be he's a wrestler turned referee. And I'm thinking through the fucking class of 2017.
Let me look that up.
You said he was inducted by the Acolytes. And it was Kurt Angle's class. It was Kurt Angle, Rick Rude.
Who the hell? This is a freaking random ass class thrown together.
Was this... I can't ask that, can I? That's probably a hint.
I've already given way too many hints, man.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask if this dude was...
left.
I was gonna ask if this dude was predominantly more of a manager than a ref. So he, just to clarify, he was a ref like back in like WCW and all that, correct?
Correct.
What year was that worst booked match?
2005, as I stated.
Oh, 5. SmackDown's manager would have been Teddy Long.
I'm pretty sure that's when they did the... Is that when they did the lottery?
Because I don't think Paul Heyman was... Because he hasn't been inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, so it can't be him. I'm really feeling Teddy Long.
Is that your guess?
It's like the only one I've got.
Is that your guess, though?
I don't know if he's been inducted either. Because the only two I know from the 2017 class are
Rude and Kurt.
Angle. Yeah, just give me Teddy Long.
You're a bitch.
God damn it.
All right, so the 2017 class is Beth Phoenix.
I mean, yeah, if you
Diamond
give me
Dallas
fucking
Page,
5 minutes,
Rick
I could think
Rude,
through anything too.
Kurt Angle, Rock and Roll Express, and Teddy Long. This man has had matches with the Dudley Boys. He's freaking faced Eric Bischoff. He's had matches in, I think it was WCW and NWA. Kurt Angle was the general manager of SmackDown, too, by the way, during that time period.
Huh?
Kurt Angle was general manager of SmackDown during that time period.
When Teddy Long had his match?
Teddy Long got the general manager spot from Kurt Angle, and then that match ended up happening.
You go one-on-one with The Undertaker. Player.
I'm going to have to holler at you.
I
We're going
was
to turn it
so bad
into a
wanting to say
tag
holla, holla.
team match, player. Holla,
Holla.
holla.
God damn,
God
bro.
damn.
I couldn't
You had
list
to
any
work
of the
hard for that
matches.
one.
I couldn't list
That
any
was
of the matches
brutal.
that he made because the match innovation
Yeah, they're all tag
was
teams. It was
at No Mercy.
was
He
either
put
tag team
JBL
or Undertaker.
and The Undertaker in a last fight match. At No Way Out 2005, JBL had to defend his title against Big Show in the first ever barbed wire steel cage match. He brought back King of the Ring in 2006 as a SmackDown exclusive. 2006, he brought back the Inferno match for Kane and MVP, and he made the first ever stretcher match in SmackDown history for Jeff and
See,
Matt.
if you would have said the Kane MVP match, that it would have been game over. Like I would have already known who it
Exactly.
was.
I couldn't state anything like that. I was continuously trying
I
to dig around.
I deadass thought you were pulling like fucking Mike Chioda or some shit.
I don't think
Little
he has
Nate.
anything on him. No, I found somebody
Little Nate
who
was
wrestled.
my first guess, and then I guessed Teddy.
I found somebody who wrestled. He has wrestled more matches than I thought he even did.
It was baseball. Wasn't a pin.
Still dropped.
God damn.
So
That
Dick
was
to go
rough.
was still the one.
Dick fucking Togo.
Yeah, and his catchphrases are one-on-one with The Undertaker, holla, holla, holla. Now hold on just a minute, player. And in a tag team match.
That pretty much sums up his career. So
Hold on. Who could forget though? Buckle up, Teddy.
you're going one-on-one with The Undertaker.
With The Undertaker. He managed
Holla,
Ron
holla.
Simmons, and I forget the other guy's name, and it bugs me that I forget it. Yeah, I was gonna start doing the dance
Bradshaw?
move, and then no, it was another black guy. It was a full black tag team with black manager
Harlem
in
Heat?
WCW. No,
You're talking about Harlem Heat.
no, I'm not talking about Harlem Heat. I am talking about Ron Simmons, who was never in Harlem Heat, and another
That's
wrestler.
facts. He never was in Harlem Heat. Was it the Gangsters?
It was not the Gangsters, Austin.
No,
You know what we should do? We should find a way
Doom, Butch
to get
Reed.
fucking. Oh. What
Holla,
we need
holla.
to do is for the Halloween episode, we need to dress up like, Austin, you can dress up like New Jack.
That
Nope,
would not
nope,
be a
nope,
good idea,
nope,
Cliff.
nope,
That
nope.
would not be a good idea.
No, he can
You
dress
need-
up like it. Just
No.
don't do any of the
No.
paint
You,
stuff.
you need to stop that right there. That is not a good idea. Player.
Play
For that statement, you're going one-on-one with The Undertaker. Holla, holla.
in the main event.
In the main event of Friday Night SmackDown, player, you're going one-on-one with The Undertaker.
As soon as you started
Holla,
that
holla.
statement, all that came to my mind is he's gonna say something that results in blackface.
No, I didn't. No, you don't have to
And then
do
you-
that.
Bro
You don't have
expects me
to-
to get away with it like fucking Robert Downey Jr. got away with it. Hell no, I'm not jeopardizing my
You don't
career
have
over
to
that.
paint yourself. You can just dress up. It's okay.
Hell
You don't
no.
have to do the paint.
Terrible idea.
Let's say
Terrible,
Eli can
terrible
dress up
idea.
like Stan Hansen
No,
because apparently he's
Okay.
the best
Yeah,
wrestler in the
because
world,
I'm white.
and I'll dress up like
Teddy Long,
I don't know.
do it.
I'll dress up
Do
like
it.
Hook getting poached by
no,
WWE
no.
in 2024.
You ain't throwing him underneath the bus, and you ain't gonna list a black wrestler or a black manager that you can't dress as. No,
Okay, Eli, you already got the bald head, so
Teddy
you do
Long
Teddy
it.
Long.
no.
You
You're
do Teddy Long.
You shave your head.
Oh god.
Terrible. Terrible.
Okay, then Austin,
performance
you
by
dress up like Sandman. Then we'll get you a kendo stick and a Bud Light.
Why would I dress up as Sandman? I have never once said any profound love about Sandman.
You don't like Sandman?
Oh, I do. I
love
love
Sandman.
Sandman, but I've never said it on here.
Well, you never said it on here.
Why wouldn't you go for like Rob Van Dam or
I mean, you do have the haircut for it.
like John Cena or someone?
You don't
I
own
have-
any jorts.
No. What
I-
we're gonna do is SCU it. I'll do Christopher Daniels. I just gotta shave. Austin can be Kazarian, and you're gonna be Scorpio Sky.
No.
Let's be LAX.
No. No.
No. Austin, you dress up like Brock Lesnar. Eli, you're Paul Heyman, and I'll be R-Truth.
You're a bitch.
I mean, you do like to call yourself the wise man,
There you go.
even though there ain't nothing wise about you.
Go. Just go.
I was about
Go.
to say, before we get into some super deep trouble, before we get fucking canceled because Cliff's trying to, I
Best
don't even know what he's
wrestler
trying to do over there.
2024.
Already mentioned the shticks. You don't have to force it down their throats. We can go.
God.
Keep it up. I'm gonna force my foot up your ass and fucking kick your ass, bro.
Oh, don't worry. That ass kicking's coming once I cash this in.
Okay, I bet, buddy. I bet. Seeing as you can't defend a title worth a shit, it wouldn't be too long even if I did lose, which is completely out of the realm of possibility. Even
Oh,
if
no.
I did lose,
We
If
gotta
I
get to
win,
season
you guys
3.
are having to go through the fucking Contenders Cup like I did.
Bro, we implemented that because you guys couldn't beat me. We very easily can beat you.
Bro defended the title 3 times and said he's taking the Roman Reigns.
I gave you every fucking opportunity.
He gave
You
us a
gave us
3
huge ass
chances.
card to beat him, and we still didn't beat him. I can't argue with Austin
It
here.
was 3 different challenges for
It
the
was
title,
4
and he was like,
freaking
"Nah, I'm good."
shows. 4 shows.
You guys want to talk about how you got out gimmicked and all that shit? I gave you everything you guys wanted and more, and you guys still fucked it up.
About it.
How-
We lost.
How is that not?
Listen, man, we somehow managed to fuck up the Contenders Cup, okay?
Like,
We managed to fuck up the Contenders Cup, which is our own thing. So we're the masters of fucking shit up.
Like, I'm gonna have to cash in a Contenders Cup and a freaking Money in the Bank to even remotely have a chance at this.
That's funny because I'm definitely winning Money in the Bank.
I am buying.
Like I told
a
you last
briefcase
week, Eli, the numbers
putting
don't lie. There's a 50-50 chance of the Ace in the Bank coming home to a Garen. And they don't lie, because you ain't no Garen.
There's a 2 2/3 chance, you idiot, not 50%.
They all lie. They
Well,
all
that's
lie.
the thing. He knows he can't beat me.
Shut up. Your brain is gone. You said they all lie. The math all lies.
Tell me when I'm lying. Tell me when I'm lying. You guys
Well, the
are
numbers
lying.
don't lie.
Tell me when I'm lying.
The numbers don't lie.
Do you see what my name
Tell
is?
me when I'm lying. We're sending this bitch home. Tell me when I'm lying. I'm the best champion ever. Tell me when I'm lying.
I don't know. Eli's reign was more fun just because it was chaotic.
Well, regardless, let's go ahead and send
We
this
gotta make
home.
it to season 3 before I get that back.
Happy Pride Month. Happy Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. I always forget to fucking say this at the beginning of the episode. And no one sticks around to hear it at the end, so I feel like that's just... I'm talking to nobody.
No one watches to the end. We're fine.
But make sure you love yourselves, love each other, and just remember, I'm not going to say that because that would get us in trouble. And if you ever get in trouble, always remember, we got you covered because we're your Ace and Hole. Catch you on down the road. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Da.
See.
Da.
See. Yeah. Yeah.
See.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.